In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah be upon you, dear and respected viewers. My beloved brothers and sisters, today I am going to share with you a spiritual practice that has transformed not just thousands, but millions of lives. A practice so powerful, so miraculous, that if you recite it at night, counting it on your fingers, and then go to sleep, by morning you will witness changes you once could only dream of. These are not ordinary words, they are the blessed names of Allah, names that open the doors of wealth, shatter the chains of poverty, fill empty hands, and bring employment to those who are without work. All you need to do is recite them 3 times on your fingers before sleeping, and then watch the miracle unfold by Allah's command. There were people who had nothing, no food to eat, no clothes to wear, no home to live in. But the moment they began this spiritual practice, wealth came searching for them. Sustenance started pouring into their lives, and jobs, businesses, honor, and dignity began knocking at their doors. My dear sisters, whose eyes are filled with tears, who worry constantly about your husband's income, who struggle to put food on the table for your children, recite these names of Allah before you sleep. And my dear brothers, who chase jobs day and night, whose hard work brings no results, who dream of owning a home, who are crushed under the weight of debts, recite these names of Allah before sleeping. When you wake up, your circumstances will not be the same. Have you ever imagined that you recite just a few words at night, and by morning the blessings of the world surround you? Empty hands are filled with provision, the homeless are granted homes, and the unemployed are blessed with honorable work. This is not a story, this is reality, a reality that has already changed the destinies of thousands by the mercy of Allah. Those who were drowning in debts are now wealthy. Those who lived under the shadow of poverty now own jobs, businesses, and honor. Beloved brothers, wealth is Allah's treasure, and it only opens for the one who remembers Allah at night. These 3 words are the divine key that unlocks the locked doors of sustenance. Everything is possible in this world when Allah's help is with you. Sorrows, griefs, illnesses, unrest, poverty, and joblessness all vanish. In their place come wealth, sustenance, blessings, happiness, peace, honor, jobs, businesses, and Allah's mercy. Just try it once, only one night. Recite it 3 times on your fingers and go to sleep. By morning, a miracle will appear before your eyes. This practice even destroys the effects of black magic, evil eye, and spiritual blockages. It brings forgiveness for your sins, which are often the reason why a person remains trapped in Allah's hold, where no spiritual practice works, no dua is accepted, and no hardship is removed. This practice first frees you from that hold by gaining forgiveness for your sins. Then it wipes away the effects of magic, evil eye, and jinns in moments. As soon as these effects end, your conditions begin to change. Troubles, difficulties, and hardships will instantly disappear.
Thirdly, this practice opens the locked doors of sustenance. Fourthly, it makes you beloved to Allah, so beloved that after reciting it, Allah showers His beloved servant with wealth, money, health, happiness, and honor from all sides. The entire world will be within your reach, Insha'Allah. This practice is also for those who are suffering under the oppression of tyrants. It will become the ultimate solution to your poverty and hardships. To my brothers and sisters who are tired of reciting countless spiritual practices and performing deeds without results, if no practice, no spiritual practice, not even 1% has ever benefited you, then consider this as your final solution for poverty and distress. If this practice does not work, then you may tell me, because everyone who has ever recited it by Allah's command has never complained that it failed. No one knows what unique secret lies within it, but whoever recites it becomes its lover, its devotee. But my beloved brothers, one request: you must recite it with complete faith and trust in Allah. If you recite it half-heartedly or carelessly, it will not benefit even 1%. The stronger your faith and trust in Allah, the greater the miracles you will witness. Sustenance pouring like rain, wealth at your feet, and heaps of happiness in your life. Now I will explain the practice itself. If you have skipped until now, pay attention, because I will mention fine details in between, and if you miss them, you will need to re-watch. Later you may say in the comments that you didn't understand. So listen carefully. Who can perform this practice? Anyone who is utterly hopeless, in grief, in pain, in financial hardship, in poverty, in helplessness, surrounded by problems. Whoever performs this practice, Insha'Allah, their biggest needs and desires will be fulfilled within minutes and seconds. Tonight after Isha until before Fajr, you have the entire night. At any time, sit for this practice. First, recite Durood Shareef once, whichever you remember. If you know Durood Ibrahimi, recite that. If not, recite the shorter one, Sallallahu ala Muhammad. Recite whichever you prefer, but begin with Durood Shareef. Then, make your intentions clear in your heart for your needs and wishes. But today, do not ask small things from Allah. Ask Him for those impossible desires that you think could never happen even in your dreams, because today, my dear brothers, by Allah's mercy, they can become possible. Human intellect says that this cannot be possible, but to turn all your impossible wishes into reality, recite this practice tonight. Insha'Allah, every impossible will be made possible through this practice, because the moment a person recites it, he becomes the beloved of Allah. And when someone becomes so beloved, then poverty and misery have no chance of entering his home or his life. Worries and hunger cannot even touch him. Those who are tired of reciting countless spiritual practices, when they perform this practice, they immediately thank Allah, realizing that truly someone has finally shown them a genuine and powerful practice. So what should you do? From after Isha until before Fajr, the entire night is available to you. Begin this practice by reciting Durood Shareef. And the very first spiritual practice, my dear brothers and sisters, which you must include in this practice, is known as Mushkil Kusha spiritual practice, the spiritual practice that removes difficulties. As soon as you recite it, every kind of hardship and every kind of problem is instantly removed. So, first, recite Durood Shareef. Then, make intentions for your needs, whether it is your own house, freedom from debts, your desired job, or your desired marriage. Whatever need you have in this world, make the intention before beginning. Although this practice is primarily the royal practice for sustenance and wealth, you can recite it for every need and desire. Every need of this world is fulfilled after reciting this practice. So, beloved brothers, recite Durood Shareef first, then move on to the first spiritual practice of this practice. Every single spiritual practice in it is tried and tested. This practice consists of 3 spiritual practices: Ya Latifu, Ya Ghaniyu, and Ya Rizq. But you must recite them in the exact sequence and in the specific numbers that I will mention for the night, otherwise the effect will not appear. This is a tried and tested practice, and tried and tested spiritual practices must be recited in the proper time and method. The time is correct. Recite at night, any time after Isha until before Fajr. But the count and sequence are also important. You must understand in which order and in what numbers you have to recite them. If during the night while performing this practice you make any mistake or error, don't worry. This practice takes only 1 minute to recite. If you feel you made a mistake, simply repeat it again. You can even recite it 2 or 3 times in the night. Otherwise, once is enough. This practice has general permission. You don't need anything else, my brothers, except one thing. Please make dua for me. I don't need your likes, I don't need your subscriptions. I only request your duas. If this practice works for you, then make this promise. You will remember me in your duas.
Because today I am sharing with you the secret from my heart. By showing this practice, I have seen the conditions of thousands of people change. This is not mine, it is taught by the pious servants of Allah. Countless people have recited it and transformed their lives in a single night. But the choice is yours. Your life is yours. My duty is only to show you a true practice. Whether you recite it or not is up to you. If your heart is satisfied, if your heart permits, then go ahead and recite it. If your heart is filled with doubts and whispers, then I cannot remove those whispers. So recite Durood Shareef. Make your intentions for your needs and desires. Some people get confused about how to make intention. Don't worry, just leave it. At the end, make dua. And even if you don't make dua at the end, just recite the practice. At the very least, you know Durood Shareef. Recite it. But even if you don't, then leave it. Of course, if you recite Durood Shareef, the benefits of this practice will multiply 2 or 3 times. But the choice is yours. Also, if you have a tasbih counter, the one with numbering, that is even better, because with it there will be no chance of error in counting. Just press the button with every recitation and the count will be accurate. When you recite, make sure your tongue moves and you pronounce the words properly. For example, when you say Ya Latifu, Ya Latifu, your ears should be able to hear your own voice. Remember, this practice will not benefit you until it fulfills your needs and desires by the morning. Until then, keep reciting it in the night. But don't tell anyone about it before you experience its benefit. That is the biggest secret. Recite it silently in the night with complete faith and trust in Allah. You will see immense benefit. People will ask you what you recited, and then you may share it for the sake of Allah's pleasure. After all, I am also sharing it with you now, and what do I lose? The one who gives is only Allah. So, if you find this beneficial, you may share it too. It is your choice. This practice has open permission. It is not man-made. It is not restricted. It is such an amal that pleases Allah, makes you beloved to Him, removes all blockages, grants forgiveness for sins, opens the locked doors of sustenance, and destroys the effects of magic and spiritual afflictions that keep people in hardship. Perhaps you may never have done such in practice before. Only the fortunate ones receive such powerful treasures. Many people share spiritual practices, but I say, only share those that have truly benefited others, that are tried and tested, that changed lives. Our goal is to serve suffering humanity. That is why I am giving you such in practice that Insha'Allah, after reciting it, you will come back to this very video and leave du'as in the comments, thanking Allah that finally a true practice was shown. Now I want your full attention. Recite Durood Shareef, make intentions, and then the first spiritual practice of this practice. Pay very close attention. The first spiritual practice is Ya Latifu. What does Ya Latifu mean? Ya Latifu means the subtle one, the most kind, the the most compassionate. Allah is the one who showers His servants with gentleness, mercy, and kindness. He knows the reality of everything, even the hidden griefs, sorrows, and desires of our hearts. Whoever recites Ya Latifu frequently, Allah removes their grief, eases their most difficult conditions, opens the doors of wealth, sustenance, and jobs, and grants peace and comfort to their hearts. By reciting Ya Latifu, Allah treats His servant with gentleness, resolves his hidden problems, and creates ease for them. In today's powerful practice, you must include Ya Latifu in the sequence exactly as instructed, not one time less, not one time more. Hold the tasbih in your hands, and with complete faith and trust in Allah, keep reciting Ya Latifu, Ya Latifu, Ya Latifu, Ya Latifu. How many times should you recite? Exactly 21 times, not less, not more. The first spiritual practice of this practice is 21 times Ya Latifu. At night, when you are free from all household responsibilities, children, and worldly tasks, sit quietly in a corner with the intention of relief from financial hardship and poverty. Begin by reciting Durood Shareef. Make your intention for your wishes and needs, and then recite Ya Latifu 21 times as the first spiritual practice. After that, at the same time, you must include the second spiritual practice in this miraculous practice. My dear brothers, this second spiritual practice is the most special and effective of all. If you recite it once in your lifetime, exactly as instructed, then by Allah's command, unseen treasures will come to your hands and sustenance will rain down upon you. This second spiritual practice is Ya Ghaniyu. Al-Ghani is one of Allah's beautiful names. It means the self-sufficient one, free from all needs, the owner of all wealth, the giver who is not in need of anyone. In Arabic, Ghani means independent and supremely rich, the one who bestows upon others but is never dependent. Allah has described Himself as Al-Ghani in many places in the Quran. In this practice, when you recite Ya Ghaniyu as instructed, wealth will pour into your life in such abundance that you will not be able to contain it. Recite Ya Ghaniyu on your fingers or on the beads of your tasbih, and if possible, ask Allah in your heart as you recite. Believe me, my dear brothers, this is such an practice that countless people have tested and experienced. They said themselves, came and testified that their lives changed completely.
So, how to recite? Like this: Ya Ghaniyu, once. Ya Ghaniyu, twice. Ya Ghaniyu, thrice. In this way, you must recite 33 times, exactly 33. Whether you recite it for one night or even just once in your entire life, it will suffice for your entire lifetime. Whether you are unemployed, drowning in debt, seeking a desired job, marriage, or any great need of this world, reciting this once is enough, Insha'Allah. The biggest of your needs will be fulfilled. The greatest of your wishes will be granted by Allah's mercy. Then comes the third and final spiritual practice of this powerful practice, which is Ya Razaku. If a servant recites Ya Razaku at night in a specific number, as instructed in this practice, even if he was born in poverty and has seen nothing but hardships since childhood, Allah will remove his every difficulty and distress by His command. So, how to recite? Like this: Ya Razaku, once. Ya Razaku, twice. Ya Razaku, thrice. You must recite 41 times, not less, not more, exactly 41 times. As soon as you complete 41 recitations of Ya Razaku, finish by reciting Durood Shareef again, just as you did at the start. Then raise your hands, spread your palms, and beg from Allah. You will tire of asking, but Allah's treasures will never run out. Read with full faith and trust in Allah. Do not allow doubts like, will this spiritual practice really work? Will my conditions change? Such whispers only ruin the practice. But if you recite it with conviction, Insha'Allah, even old and long-standing poverty will end. Even the effects of magic, evil eye, and spiritual blockages will be removed in moments and seconds by Allah's command. So, remember, first spiritual practice, 21 times Ya Latifu. Second spiritual practice, 33 times Ya Ghaniyu. Third spiritual practice, 41 times Ya Rizq. Each followed by Durood Shareef at the beginning and end. At the end, ask Allah for your biggest wishes. Insha'Allah, every dua from your tongue tonight will be accepted. May Allah accept my conveying and your listening in His high and pure court. May He grant you what you ask and bless you with even what you did not ask for. If this video has benefited you, don't forget to like and share it as ongoing charity. At least share with one person so that others may benefit too. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, because I will continue bringing you such spiritual practices and practices daily. Take care of yourself. Remember me in your duas. We will meet again, Insha'Allah, with another powerful spiritual practice. Until then, Huda Hafiz. Assalamu Alaikum wa Rahmatullahi wa Barakatuhu. Jazakallah khair.